Hello teachers, welcome to Para Maestros podcast. This is the English version. Para Maestros means for teachers only. Here we will talk about education, everything related with our profession, from the perspective of Latin America and from the perspective of other teachers from around the world. We will have opinions, interviews, and lots of information about education, and I hope you enjoy it. Welcome back to Para Maestros podcast. This is the English version, and what a journey it has been this season. It's just hard to believe that we are in our last episode of this season. Oh.
Hi, Carolina, it really is. It feels like just yesterday we kicked off this season, diving into all incredible facets of education. And for our grand final, we have a topic that truly resonates with the heart of what it means to be educators, seeds of change, the teacher's legacy.
The teacher's legacy, absolutely. And sometimes we forget that we are a legacy, that we are leaving behind us so many things, so many memories. So it's good to remember that. And today we're talking about the long-term ripple effects that teach, especially how the responses to political changes have shaped generations. It's about how the classroom isn't just a place for learning facts, but it's for fostering critical thinking, resilience, and even activism that we're going to talk about today.
Precisely because let's face it, education never happens in a vacuum. It's always intertwined with the political landscape. Think about curriculum change, finding debates, policies affecting teachers, autonomy. All of these have a direct impact on what happens in the schools and in classrooms.
And how teachers navigate those changes. How do they adapt? How they advocate? That's where the real legacy is. It's built actually. It's not just about delivering a lesson or a lesson plan, or it's more deep. It's installing values, encouraging, questioning, empowering students to be active citizens, even when the political climate is challenging. So it's like helping students to navigate these changes.
That's such a powerful point, Carolina. We have seen throughout history in various countries and contexts how teachers have been at the forefront of social change. Sometimes, sadly, through the stories they tell and discussions they foster, and sometimes overtly, by advocating their students and their communities.
Exactly. For instance, thinking about periods of significant political upheaval, whether it is civil rights movement, post-conflict reconstruction, even shifts in governmental ideologies, we see it all the time, teachers often become the anchors of stability and hope. And teachers provide safe space, and students, they all may not have another option that the classroom and the teachers, when the teachers can provide this safe space for them. So that is quite crucial nowadays.
And they teach adaptability. I remember learning about teachers during times of war who would use whatever limited resources they had, even just oral traditions, to continue educating their students, passing on knowledge and keeping hope alive. That's a profound response to political turmoil.
It truly is. It brings us to the core of this episode, the culminating stories of long-term impact. We want to delve in how teachers, throughout their responses to political change, make the difference and resonate through generations. And to kick off with that one, I want to know about a story about you. I think you have a story that can tell us about how a teacher have changed the way you thought or you saw life at that time. Do you have a story?
Yeah, there is always a teacher in our lives that inspire us. I do, Carolina, and it ties directly in this idea of teachers responding to the political change. My high school history teacher, Miss Patricia Bastidas, taught during a period of significant political tensions and social unrest in our country, in Colombia. She was part of the teachers' union, and she was teaching us. She received threats from paramilitary groups in Colombia,
Mm.
Despite not being allowed to talk about it, she decided to tell us. That was very touching in that moment. She wanted to teach us the best way to resist armed groups was education, and she will continue to teach and resist.
Wow.
That was very significant for me and for my classmates.
Of course, I can't imagine how difficult it was for her to keep teaching when having this pressure and these threats. Mm.
Mhm. Was
That's
was
she was brave.
She was really brave all the time. And
Yeah.
that was the best way to teach what she want to give us as a teacher is that resistance and do your work as a teacher.
Mhm,
That's the best
mhm,
teaching she could do. She could give us. Exactly. She was more than a teacher. She was an example for me. Her commitment to education was incredible and it touched my heart. She was part of what inspired me to be a teacher. She was,
Wow. So
she
she
was
didn't
very
just
important.
teach, right? She didn't just teach you or teach things. She thought critical thinking and civic engagement that we were talking last time in the last episode, civic engagement and critical
Mhm.
thinking. Nice.
Yes, and she took us to some union meetings to
Oh,
show us how the teachers organize themselves to defend their rights to education, and she encouraged us to voice our concerns, and uh, she demonstrates how to do it
yeah, yeah, of course.
by example.
That's an incredible story, very powerful. It sounds like she wasn't just an educator. She was she was teaching for life itself, especially
Mhm,
in that moment of our period of our country's history, which is still resonate with us, still there.
mhm.
She actually, talk about this and have a long-term impact on the people, and that ripples to other people and to these kids, and of course the people around the kids. That's interesting, very, very interesting.
Absolutely, she planted those seeds, Carolina. You have spoken so eloquently about the impact teachers have. Do you have a story of a teacher who really exemplified this idea of leaving a lasting legacy, especially in response to the political social shifts? Shifts?
Sort of. I do have a story, and that still gives me goosebumps when I think about it. It's my primary teacher. I was in fourth grade, I believe, someone sort of there. She was Mrs. Carmen, and she was in a surface a very traditional teacher. She was, I repeat this, she was most of the traditional teacher. But what we noticed underneath this traditional education was that she possessed the extraordinary gift. This gift that I really like and is noticing the children, noticing that we exist as individuals, not just as a group. So
Mhm,
she truly saw her students and our unique strengths and our unique, things that we somehow we have. Everybody has something unique. So she
mhm,
noticed that, and of course, she noticed that in me. She saw a potential, and she believed that I could do something bigger and greater. So that belief on me make me different, impact me, and instead it leave a profound personal impact, because she just helped me to understand me, myself, and embrace my own capabilities.
mhm,
And it was a fundamental shift in how she viewed and how it changed, how it changed how I view myself, right? Because I was very shy, I was very quiet. Nobody noticed me in the school. It was very quiet. And because of her, I started to be more like a leader. I started to talk to other kids. I started to be more secure. I would say my self-esteem grew because she noticed me. She just, the teaching was the teaching, but
mhm.
when you were noticed by a teacher, then it changed. It changed the
Yeah.
way you see yourself. So it's more like how she showed us that we were unique and that we all had potential, and that was like very impactful for me.
Yes, very, very interesting. Just it's not just teaching, it's going beyond. It's incredible how some simple actions change our lives forever.
Yes, exactly. And Miss Carmen, she wasn't just a teacher of subjects, she was a teacher of resilience and community. She knew many of us going home with difficult situations. Instead of letting that paralyze us, she created a classroom full of hope and creativity. So she tried our classroom like, we can do it. You are special, you can do it. And when we were in the classroom, we were happy because we were there and we were unique. That was kind of nice. But I want to say that it's not just her, right? I have other teachers that impacted me. Some of them didn't, but some of them
Mhm.
did. So it's not because we also always mention you always have this one teacher, but it's not just one teacher. I believe there is many teachers. I
Many
think
things.
in high school I have the philosophy teacher that she was
Mhm.
encouraged me to be part of the government of the school. And I also have these, I think was a Spanish teacher that allowed me and my friend to leave the school to go and report on the theater, the biggest theater event in Colombia, the Bogota
Okay.
theater. What is the name of that? The Bogota theater event.
The fest,
The fest, the theater
the
fest.
national fest of theater.
So I gave her a proposal that I want to make a report on the fest. Can I go? And
Mhm.
she said, yeah, go ahead. Then my permission. Go and leave the theater, see the people, interview people, do it. She trusted me. We were really good students anyway. And she went, we with on my friend, my best friend at the time, we went together and we saw all these amazing events and we enjoyed it. And that's thanks for that teacher that believed that we could do it. And I remember that school also, the teachers, we were proposing an event because we were part of the government, and they say, okay, do it. So we have I think I still have the letter. I'm not sure when they said you are because we read your proposal, we like it, so you can go ahead and do your event. It was a huge event, and we
Mhm.
were like teenagers, and we have to organize kids, organize events, organize games, organize all these things to be, to respond to that responsibility they gave us. So I thought that
Mhm.
was interesting how the teachers was there. Okay, you do it. Show us you can do it. And we did everything. That was incredible. So it's not just one teacher, but lots of teachers.
Yes, yes, that's an incredible story. Mm, it highlights how teachers can become moral compasses during turbulent times, guiding students toward a more compassionate and just future. It's not just about big political speeches, it's about those small, consistent acts of humanity in the classroom, just like your teachers did in that moment. It's
Yeah,
how
and
we inspire to make your best always.
yeah, and it was from the foundation, the seeds that one of the seeds that she or they planted on me is to believe in myself. You can do it.
Hmm.
You have the responsibility. Just do it. They didn't
Hmm.
come to criticize me or say this is wrong, this is wrong. No, just do it. There were a lot of things wrong, but letting us do it was the most amazing part of the whole high school at the moment. And we did like we did a lot of events that time, so it was quite beautiful, and it highlights a lot of things from those teachers, not just my primary teacher, which was very interesting. I got several primary teachers that were quite nice, and I got not so nice teachers either. So both of them.
Part of, part of life.
Now, so that brings us to the future as we wrap up the season, where the message that we want to leave to our listeners for teachers out there is how when they navigate this complex world, what can we tell them? What can we inspire them to do?
I think it's a message of encouragement and empowerment. Understand that the proud influence you have. Every interaction, every lesson, every moment of guidance is a seed you're planting. Some will blossom immediately,
Mhm.
others will take time, but all have a potential to grow into sometimes something magnificent.
True. And teachers, remember that our response to the world around us or around you, even the political currents and the shapes, not just the present, it shapes not just the present, but also the future.
Mhm.
So what we do now, it shapes the future. And as we see things developing now in certain places, we think, oh gosh, what happened? Did we focus on standardized taste and don't teach the kids to be more human? What happened? So that's a good way to question ourselves and think about that our impact that we do, what we do now is going to shape the future. And these kids are going to make decisions for us. They're going to
Mhm.
be the future. So they're going to make decisions for us. So you want to be, kind and try to teach them to be kind, to think about diversity, to think about the world and how important is to see everybody. So when they go to these positions and when they have to make decisions, they think about it too. So that's really, it's quite a big responsibility.
Mhm. So, to all the teachers listening, thank you. Thank you for your dedication, for your passion, and your unwavering commitment to shaping the next generation. You are true seeds of change.
You are, and what a privilege it has been to see this, to share these conversations with you all this season. And from Juan and from myself and the entire Para Maestros team, thank you for joining us and for this incredible journey. So the team includes 2 dogs, just to let you know, and 1 cat. So that's part of the team.
Yes, behind us.
Yes, yes. So they are here, encouraging too. So we hope this episode has inspired you, challenged you, and remind you that you are incredible and you have a power in your hands that you can use, I guess.
Thank you again. And until next episode, next season,
Mhm.
see you.
And keep
Thank you
making the
very much.
difference, teachers. Keep making the difference. Until the next season, we're listening to you. Please remember to subscribe. Remember to follow us. And if you want a specific topic, put it in your comments, in the comments below, so we can develop on that. Thank you so much. And till the next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening, teachers. Stay curious. Connect with me on social media and explore my website. All the links in the description below.